Alright, so Barbara out in Langhorne. Scope of work's going to be a large yard cleanup. I am going to also separate it out. I'm going to give her, basically separate the front as one item, the back as another item, the back corner as another item, and then like stump grind is a fourth. So I'll probably have 4 items separated for her. I don't think she would go for everything, but then maybe if she just picks the front to start, and then we kind of go from there. So all right, so it's basically just a hack-a-shack clear out type of job. She's not really concerned about anything staying. She wants everything just out and gone as much as we can. Now that I'm looking at it too, I might even separate this huge holly here. I might put that as a whole nother item, as possibly keeping the holly and then pricing out to remove it, because it's pretty massive. It's pretty much like a tree, so maybe I'll separate it so we have the option to do it or not. Anyway, so starting up here, so you have basically everything, just cut it all out. Just get rid of it, haul it all away. Put the dump trailer right in the driveway here and just cut all this stuff out and toss it right into the dump trailer. And get as low as you can with stuff, but if there's like some stumps hanging around, like, it is what it is. At this point, we're just looking to get the property kind of under control to a degree. So if you cut stuff real low and then there's still a stump, it is what it is. It's all good. Just try to get it as low as possible. I'll probably put a disclaimer in there too that there will be some stumps left over, but at least like the actual cutout will be done. So there's the massive holly. If you want to hook up your truck and try to rip anything, you can, but like I said, if you just cut it down real low, that would be more the big concern. All the rest of this crap, just brush cut, string trim, whatever, cut all out. It's mostly weedy, funky growth kind of deal. So holly's about 16 feet high or so. All here, just ripping all this stuff out. There is like a plant in here, but it's really getting choked out by vines and other things. So just cut that out, get rid of it. She has like a paver walkway here that she did mention. You can kind of see it. So if we can try our best to like clear this area with string trimmers and blowers and such to make it more visible, after you clear out all that, would be ideal. And then walking up to here, again, just remove all this, kind of blocking this door for us. So just remove all this, cut all this down, haul it all away. And then maybe I'll put this last part as option 1. So this will be the end of option 1. So this is all the first part. This shrub up here, I told her we probably could just keep it, the azalea underneath. Just this massive vine on the top half of it, we'll just rip out, clear out, try to pull some stuff off the house if you can. Don't go crazy, just be careful with pulling, if it's pulling any of the siding or anything. But if you pull this funky vine off the top here, probably can salvage that azalea, or at least trim it up and shape it, and that saves one more big bush to try to rip out. Another item is the stump grind in here, just these like roots to grind them out. I'll put that as a separate line item. And then I'm gonna probably start option 2. You know what, I think I'll encompass all this in option 1. This rhododendrons, these dead rhododendrons on the side of the house. So just cut them all down, get rid of them, basically. Just a big junk overhaul. All right, so this will be the end of option 1, taking it to here. This will transition to option 2. Kind of don't want to mess with this option here, but so option 2 is all this growth back here. I did tell her that for this section, all this stuff that's on the house, we won't touch right now. I'm just a little nervous that it's like got a good grip on the house, and if we try pulling it off, I don't want to damage siding or do anything like that. So what I said we will do is all this growth here on the ground, we can cut out, string trim, brush cut, whatever. That like tree thing there, we can cut that out. But any growth and vines and stuff that's on the house, what we'll do is just spray it really heavy with like Roundup, and I'll include that in the price. And then I said later on down the road, if she still wants us to come back and rip it off, I can reassess in like 4 to 6 weeks after we see what the Roundup does. Because I'd rather see that stuff kind of like die out a little bit more before we try pulling it off the house. She said this stuff's been here for a while. This stuff hasn't been there that long. So, yeah, so anyway, that's what that will be. So just, and all this stuff, like there's like stone here and all this growth, just cut it all out, brush cut it, string trim it, rake it out, blow it out. You know, again, just hack-a-shack type of deal. And the stuff on the house, just spray. And now I'll include as well in option 2 all this area, just cutting all this down, hauling it away. I don't know where the cutoff is for the neighbor. Just be cautious of the siding there of that shed, but bust out this stuff and haul it away. So that'll be option 2, not option 2, but section 2 of the work. And then moving on to section 3. So this bush, she said just cut this back as like aggressively as you can. She said I don't care if you cut it down to like a foot tall. I guess we're getting into the neighbors starting here. Walk around. So yeah, I told her we'll take it down like halfway. So that's what I'll price it for, like cutting it down like halfway and just trimming and shaping it up. I guess all that's hers, I assume. But just trim and shape. I'm trying to see the property line here. I actually didn't walk over to this area, but yeah, I guess just like trim and shape all this here. Trim and shape it all back. You know, maybe cut like a foot or so across the board. It's a good amount of work over here, trimming 8-foot ladder for sure. And then this whole area where you have the ground cover, you can leave the dark green ground cover, but all like the sticks and stuff, you can get them out of here. And then all this funky growth that's growing up through here, the lighter green, just cut all that out and haul that away. Alright, and then moving over, this will be still section 3 continuing. So that's the start of section 3 work over there. Here's continuing part 3. So there's a little weed tree, rip it out. This burning bush you can just trim back and shape up and clean up. And these couple like sapling trees, just rip them out, cut them down, haul them out. Again, the burning bush right here on the left, you can just trim and shape, and you'll see these big leafy tree saplings, just cut them down completely. And then the last bit of it would be over here. This used to be a mulch bed, she said, all this growth and stuff, just cutting it all down and hauling it all away. And that's it.